What superpower is the freakiest? Chat, I have no idea what this is. I seen it on my For You page, so I decided to click it. Let's see what's it about.
Today, we'll be answering the question, what superpower is the freakiest? So without further ado, let's get it on. First, we've got super speed. This is the least freaky power on this list, and there are two reasons why having super speed can potentially be pretty freaky. Number one, vibration. The Flash can vibrate so fast he can go through walls, making him literally the human vibrator. So yeah, we don't really know if he's really the fastest man alive, but now we know why his girl's still with him. And second, bouncing anime physics, but at light speed. And also, normal speed can feel very slow for people with super speed. So if your girl's a speedster, she's probably gonna be an ADHD girlfriend. Next, we've got the classic freak.
What does that mean? ADHD girlfriend? I've never heard that before. Who needs a morning alarm when you have her? Clingy, always has crazy stories to tell, too depending on you to leave, so many interests, keeps you entertained, keeps things interesting by accidentally hiding your keys in the fridge. If a girl ever did that, you gotta put her in the freezer, because what the hell? Never a dull moment, always learning random facts from them. You know what? I need an ADHD girlfriend so you never get bored, won't remember what you said 10 minutes ago. That's like me in real life, bro.
Next, we've got the classic freaky superpower, steroids. I mean super strength. As for how freaky this superpower really is, well, that will be you. And yes, she will be physically stronger than you, so she'll definitely carry you around, which means you are pretty much legally obligated to call her mommy. And while the women who possess this power don't necessarily have to be muscle mommies, a large majority of them are, making this one of my favorite powers already. And while being with a woman who is physically stronger than you might be a point of anxiety for some, I don't want you to worry. Here, why don't you clear your head? Next, we've got immortality. This superpower is pretty freaky because like you're with someone who doesn't look that old, but on the inside, they're like 300 years old. That sounds like a grandma fetish, but with extra steps. I mean, imagine being with a girl your age, but then she starts telling you how your generation has it easy and stuff. Also, people with immortality who choose to be with someone normal are the freakiest because their lifespan is so much longer than yours. That's like when Omni-Man bangs that bug even though he knows she's gonna be gone next week. But in this case, you're the bug. So yeah, pretty kinky stuff. Next, we've got invulnerability. A lot of people think invulnerability means you don't feel enemies' attacks, but you can still feel normal human touch. And while every universe has different rules, this never makes sense to me. I mean, if you can get punched in the face and don't feel a thing, how can you feel it when someone touches you? A poke isn't really that different from a really light punch. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. If a girl is indestructible and almost nothing can hurt her, it's going to make things 10 times freakier in the bedroom. When she says, slap me, you better bring a concrete block. When she says, choke me, you're gonna need a crane.
What the frick is wrong with this dude? What is wrong with him? But it makes sense. That's the crazy thing about it. It makes sense. I might have to bring a brick to the bedroom. I might have to get a crane. You gotta spice things up in the bedroom, chat. I'm just saying, bro.
The good news is, with invulnerability power, you don't need to worry about getting to this place, cause you're gonna need a hydrogen bomb to come anywhere close. Next, we've got regeneration. You know, like Wolverine, you get hurt and you heal right away. Now, let me tell you, the best use of regeneration power is not fighting, it's for making babies. Let me explain. Firstly, Wolverine can't die from blood loss, so he's sure as hell not gonna die from fluid loss either. So, you basically have the infinite pumping glitch. Secondly, immunity to viruses and diseases, so you can't catch STDs, which means the dog is gonna be pretty uncooked. And to top it all off, Plan B doesn't work on these people. So yeah, regeneration is freakier than you think. Next,
I've never in my life thought about stuff like this. What did he just say to me, chat? What did he just say? A bunch of hoopla.
Next, we've got telepathy, the ability to read thoughts and send thoughts into someone else's mind. A normal girl might whisper into your ear. A telepath will whisper right into your prefrontal cortex. With the ability to share emotions, imagine how much better the world would be. All of these sufferings would be eradicated from our society. Discrimination, wars, the orgasm gap. Dude, forget sending nudes. She can just look in the mirror and send it straight into your subconscious.
Chat, that's fire. Think about that. That's like 4D, bro. That's not even 4D. That's like 5D, bro. 5Ds in your brain, chat. How do y'all feel about that?
She can just look in the mirror and send it straight into your subconscious. She'll literally be inside your mind. You can even try to start something between you, her, and disgust. Next, we've got size alteration, the power to turn yourself very small or very big. So yeah, 1 minute you're a short king, the next minute you're a giant. 1 second you're daddy, the next she's mommy. That's pretty freaky. The way I see it, with this power, you can go one of two ways. You can be with a really tiny lady or a giant lady. For a tiny lady, that can get pretty weird. A bit too weird for this video, so I'd say go watch The Boys or Gen V and you'll get the idea. As for a giant lady, this is probably the last thing you'll ever see. So yeah, size alteration is a pretty freaky superpower. Next, we've got elastic body power. Being flexible allows you to get into some pretty interesting positions. Having an elastic body is like that, but way better. But this isn't the only thing this power can do. An elastic body also means, of course, you can increase or decrease the size of your body parts at will. A superpower that allows you to give yourself an instant BBL is pretty nice, but you've got to remember that their body is also elastic, so she'll be bouncy as well. What? You don't think the Incredibles tried the trampoline move in the bedroom a few times? You can also, of course, extend your limb, any limb, which explains why Luffy is so popular with the ladies. Overall, elastic body is definitely up there on the list, and the possibilities are endless.
He do got a point, bro. The girls do love Luffy stretchy ass. Why do y'all think? We found out. We know why. He be stretching his... You know what I'm saying? He be stretching his package, bro. If I had the power to stretch anything, y'all know the first thing I'm stretching. Let's just be real, bro. Let's just be real. This is a very useful power.
Next, we've got invisibility. On the surface level, invisibility might not seem all that crazy. After all, you can't even see her. But come on, dude. Stevie Wonder can't see either, and he still cheated. Usually, it's you can look, but you can't touch. But with this power, you're pretty much operating under the touch, but can't look philosophy. There are different types of this power, but the one we'll be focusing on is the one where their clothes don't turn invisible with them. When that happens, these characters are basically forced to be naked the entire show. These people are walking around, fighting, going to school, just existing with no clothes. I mean, if you have this power, you can still put on clothes, sure, but then your power becomes pretty useless. Also, people can just look down through your neck and see what color boxers you're wearing. So you're better off naked anyway. I mean, you just have to remember that the invisible girl from My Hero Academia was literally running around naked in a PG-13 show and didn't even get charged with public indecency. That's the level of freakiness we're dealing with here. Next, we've got self-duplication, the ability to create more of yourself. This one is pretty self-explanatory. Being with more than one woman at the same time is pretty much on any man's bucket list. This power is exactly that, but even more extreme. It doesn't matter if it's 3 sums, 4 sums, the population of a small country sums, you name it. There are a few different types of this power, and they are all pretty insane. You've got the one where your duplicates share the same sensations, so you could be talking to one duplicate while the other might be doing something naughty, like pouring milk before the cereal, or...
That's not bad though. Chat, I used to be one of those people. We've all done it before, right? That's not nothing crazy. That's like something we all do, right?
Or you've also got the other type where the duplicates are autonomous, kind of like cloning. In this case, you basically have whatever fetish the author of the quintessential quintuplets has. And it also doesn't matter if she's the one with the power or you are, you're gonna end up with either a duplicate type situation or a Dr. Manhattan type situation. No matter how you look at it, self-duplication is one freaky power. Also, you can't even tell her to go herself because she might just take it as a challenge. Now, what if I tell you there's a power that allows you to change the girl into whoever you want? That power exists. And no, it's not called deepfake, you sicko. I'm talking about the one and only freaky superpower, shape-shifting. If you've seen X-Men, then you've definitely wondered at least once how awesome it would be to have Mystique as your girlfriend.
He's not lying. He is not lying, bro. I have thought about it many times. It might be because Jennifer Lawrence plays her and it's Jennifer Lawrence. Let's just be honest, Jennifer Lawrence is beautiful, but like anytime I've seen her in that blue suit, boy, I'm like, damn. Professor even looking at that gap, he's looking. Bro, we all know Mystique is bad, bro.
How awesome it would be to have Mystique as your girlfriend. I know you've thought about it, don't lie. So yeah, the power to be with whoever you want is pretty out of this world. But this power is even crazier than that because in some cases, the user can even change into fictional characters. Cartoons, anime, fast food mascots. You can even get a dragon if you're at Donkey's level of freaky. But it doesn't end there. There are way more things you can do do with this power? There's partial transformation. You can mix and match the best part of different characters. You can add wings, tails, gills, etc. You can pretty much invent a whole new species. Your imagination is your only limit. Bob Ross would be so proud of you. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is the Margot Robbie Xenomorph RC Prime hybrid isn't just a dream. Although, I just want to say one thing. Knowledge is knowing that shape-shifting is pretty nice. Wisdom is realizing that Mystique is the hottest when she's blue. So there you have it. These are the freakiest superpowers according to me.
W video, bro. W video. If you guys want to see more stuff like that, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.